Great rise, everybody. We're live from Mansa's garden. And, I have a guest with me today. I got my brother with me here today, man. Got Dan here with me. And he's the CEO of Twist Your Own and 420. And he's a very enlightening brother that's going to give us a lot of information. We always build in, and I like the way we vibrate. So I want to put out some good, information and not inflammation, for y'all right now. We're gonna do that, man.
Right on. Well, as you said, I'm Dan. I started 420 in the process of starting Twist Your Own.
Okay.
I help Bez out here with straight gas, plant-based fuel, all the other ventures we have going on.
Okay.
Not really much more to say about me other than busy all the time, or at least try to be.
Okay. You have to tell them about the 14-day fast, because he took my detox for 14 days.
I did. I did the bananas and the apples and all that good stuff for 14 days. Followed the strict diet he suggests, and I mean, I can say, I've told you personally, it definitely changes your attitude, your outlook and everything else, how you feel.
So tell them about the pros and then tell them about the cons.
Okay, well, the pros, obviously, how you feel. You wake up with energy, you go to bed with energy. I mean, it's a lot cleaner energy. You feel better overall. The cons, it's hard at first. Your first week, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna feel like you're gonna fail. You won't. Very limited on, I would say, ingredients and things along them lines, but once you get out there and research, there's a lot of things you can do with said ingredients. So, some of the pros and cons.
Yeah, okay. So, now I'm against dairy, just because dairy, like for one thing, is like soy to me. It has estrogen in it, and estrogen is what a lot of the breast cancers need to grow.
Correct.
So, like, let's talk about the growth hormones, because a lot of people be looking grown, and now we know why.
Well, we can talk about this. I mean, the dairy, something I went through on the diet as well. I cut dairy out of my diet, and once I was over the diet and I said, I'll dabble back in some of this stuff, it actually made me sick, consuming some of the cheese and the milk and stuff like that. Even to this day, we're, that was over a month ago, 2 months ago we went through that, and I still haven't even drank a glass of milk, ate a bowl of cereal or anything, just in the fear of my stomach. But yeah, the hormones, every
Cows, how they getting shot up with steroids.
Correct. I mean, every animal we have nowadays, we have to grow at an astronomical rate to feed the 6 billion people we have in this world. So, they pump these cows, chickens, everything else out as fast as they can with growth hormones, which in return goes into the bloodstream, the milk system of the moms, everything else. This would go back to pregnant women and humans,
Yeah.
They don't want you to consume drugs or alcohol while you're breastfeeding. That's because that goes through the milk out into the, infant.
Mm-hmm.
Same with any other nature animal,
Yeah,
cows,
like
pigs.
you said, you wouldn't, if you're a mom breastfeeding, you wouldn't drink alcohol and breastfeed your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, why would you take steroids and then feed your kid? So,
yeah. And that's basically what you're doing,
Every time you go to the refrigerator and fill that bottle full of milk and give it to your child, you're just giving them cow steroids. Right. So, in the end, I don't know. There's not much to say good about that. So, if you guys don't think there's steroids in the food, look at the size of chicken wings these days. If you don't think it doesn't get passed on to humans, kind of go obscene here for a second and look at the breast size of women and, the penis sizes of men these days. It's not the same as it was 50, 60, 100 years ago. Let's just be real about it,
There's so much hormones in the shit that y'all eating. And that's why these kids have mustache at a young age.
Right.
These girls, they looking like a grown-ass woman.
At 12.
You know what I'm saying? The same shit they shooting up the horses with, y'all getting thick with. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about. And it's funny, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about the 5G thing, but that goes hand in hand with the microwave.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like we don't know what the fuck it's gonna be like. The the uh, the the backlash for the next generation with the 5G towers, but we see what the microwaves like because what microwaves came out
Well,
like 80 something.
That's the thing, yeah. Well, I think it was early 80s, late 70s. I want to say microwaves were first introduced on a commercial platform to the public. And, you know, so when you really break that down, we technically are the first full generation to go through the experience of microwaved food with, you know, it's nuclear, essentially. So, I mean, that's why they call it nuking your food, you know? I mean, literally. So our generation's the first full ones. We can't even say our parents went through a full generation of it because a lot of our parents were born before microwaves were on the kitchen counter, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's why
they haven't even experienced a full generation yet of what this microwave will do to the human body. You know, you fast forward that now we got concerns over these 5G towers and what it's going to do. They already know it's making people sick if you live within certain ranges of these towers. You know, it's already proven that. So
what's the point of the 5G towers like?
Faster service, they say. You know, it's gigabytes per second instead of megabytes per second.
Motherfuckers with money that basically like I just want to do what the fuck I want to do. I want to make life easier. That's why there's so much lazy motherfuckers out here. Because you got motherfuckers who come up with a good idea, but then it makes the generation more lazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to get to the point where we all just shop from home. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't going to work out. They're just going to eat from home. They're going to order groceries from home. Everything. You didn't even
everything. I mean, all the way down. You see kitchen faucets now are voice activated.
What?
Yeah, you can tell the kitchen faucet to pour you out a quarter cup of water and it'll do it now, you know. This is the laziness we've come to. You know, your blinds are on remote controls, your fans, everything is on a remote control.
What was that old movie? It used to come on Disney Channel, I think, where they had like a smart house and then the house fucking
Was it like Jetsons?
No,
You're not talking about Jetsons?
No, I forgot what the movie was. It might have not been on Disney Channel. But this family, they get the smart ass house. You know, you tell a house like, you know, open the garage, you know, open the refrigerator, shit like that.
Right.
And the shit will
well,
do that.
And there you go. There's another prime example. Your refrigerator. Now they make refrigerators that'll scan the products in your refrigerator, make a grocery list for you, and order it. I mean, how much more lazy can you get?
This is fucking crazy, man. This is what America is coming to. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I want to touch up on is the debt slavery, which you was telling me about. You know,
Correct.
With Social Security numbers. You got to listen to this and look into it.
So, if you guys aren't informed or aware, when you're born, you're issued a Social Security number. It's actually a law that your parents apply for a Social Security number.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Social Security number not only keeps track of how many people we have in America, but also your Social Security number is tied to a bond through our U.S. Treasury Department. And on this said bond that's tied to your Social Security number, you're a debt to your labor is considered collateral for our U.S. debt, our national debt. So, you know, we just signed yesterday, or the House just passed yesterday, another $3 trillion stimulus package deal that's going to go on to the Senate and whatnot next. Well, ultimately, if that $3 trillion gets passed on to the national debt, us as humans in America are now responsible for that debt, our labor, our actual muscle. We can go out and produce this much. You do a little bit more research, you can look actually how to get on the U.S. Treasury website, enter in your Social Security number with the routing number associated with your bond, and you can find out how much the U.S. government values you as a person right now. I looked at mine about a year or two ago. They valued me at $12,000. Does that sound right for a lifetime of your work? That's up to you guys. So
it's like how much people is on this planet? Like probably like what? How much? Maybe a couple trillion?
Well, there's I think we're up to like 7 billion or so now on the planet.
Okay, so shit, in the United States, how much we probably got?
I think we're somewhere 600 million or so, 700 million in the United States, I want to say.
Imagine how much people, like, money, all that accumulates up to.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot, you know, and this is where our tax system comes in and everything else. So it's like, it's modern day slavery, and it's robbery in the end when you want to think about it, because like you said, this country was built off of a faith system, you know. If you had tomatoes right here growing in your garden, right, and I was over here at this guy's house, you hear him over here running the saw or whatever, he's building whatever he is, and he doesn't have tomatoes, but you want what he has and you want what he has, well then we're trading, you know. And that's what this country was built on, not the green dollar, you know. Yeah. So in the end, if you want to go back to it, grow your own vegetables, make your own clothing, you know, provide off of your land. Yeah. So that's how it was all built. Yes, we're starting to lose the value of that in America, I feel.
Definitely.
You know, we're looking at the next person to do it, or the remote control to do it, or, you know, eventually you guys are going to realize technology is going to be the downfall of the human civilization. Yeah. You know, all these AI movies and stuff aren't making stuff up, you know. People thought Back to the Future was crazy when it came out in the 80s. Well, look at how much of that stuff's actually true now. Yeah. You know, it's not so far-fetched anymore. So.
Artificial intelligence.
That's right.
Y'all better pay attention, because if not, oh man, it's gonna be a bad day.
That's
I'm
right.
telling y'all, y'all better get with the program, get with the technology, get on the social media, network, get an LLC, be your own boss, grow your own vegetables, because if you don't do that, oh man, you're gonna be a worker your whole life. You know what I'm saying? A slave mentality. You know what I'm saying? We military mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Moving militant. You know
and see, I really like this, because in the end, the word slave, man, everybody, it's so tainted, you know, with color and hate and race, man. Look, different races, man, when we're sitting here discussing the same thing, we're all slaves in this, man. It doesn't matter your color, nationality, any of that. When you're grasped by the government the way we are, and you can't even collect your rainwater out here without the government's permission. So now watch what, you know, you can't build a shack right here on this empty land that you own without the government's permission, and you paying them a tax.
Yeah.
Think about this now.
Yeah. But y'all love this great country that we're trying to make great again.
Let's make actual change, people.
Let's make some changes for fucking once. Like, God
support
damn.
your local businesses. Support your local farmers.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Health is wealth, man. You know, and I appreciate Dan for sitting down with me.
Anytime, brother, anytime.
I'm going to put his link in the bio to both websites. If you want to contact him with any questions, you can just hit the link and hit him up, you know.
I beat on my chest like I'm King Kong on this motherfucker. Yeah, hey, King Kong. Mansa Npf. Yeah, straight guy. I beat on my chest like I'm King Kong. Don't go back and forth, this ain't ping pong. These hoes on my dick, they won't leave me alone. She smell like gas and that stench strong. Yeah, yeah. She smell like gas and that stench strong. Yeah.